What's up, Jared over here? Today we have the weekly set review of Friday Night SmackDown. They kicked off the show with The Rock coming out. The Rock came out with his normal music, then it switched into the Hollywood Rock theme song. He hasn't had that music since like 2003. It was absolutely awesome how they had like the If You Smell What The Rock Is Cooking normal music, and then it transitioned into like what The Rock says, and then it got into the Hollywood Rock music. It was so cool how they transitioned it with all the lighting and everything. Really cool entrance. And then The Rock got in the ring and he pretty much was saying how finally The Rock has came home because they're in Memphis, Tennessee. The Rock grew up in Memphis, Tennessee for a lot of his childhood. So obviously the crowd was cheering him. Usually he'd be getting booed, but the crowd was cheering him because this is mainly Memphis is his hometown. And he goes, I'm gonna give you guys a little special concert singing. So The Rock brought back his iconic concert he did it one time. I think it was around 2003, 2004 when he was Hollywood Rock. He had two singers get on the announcer's desk, and they were like doing background music, and like it was a harmonica. And The Rock got on. He didn't have a guitar, but the other guy had a guitar. And The Rock started singing. He's singing about how he said, "I'm gonna sing you guys what we're gonna do to Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania." And he started singing about how they're gonna destroy Cody Rhodes, how he's a big crybaby. And then he starts ripping on Seth Rollins, how Seth Rollins is a clown, and his wife's Becky Lynch is cooler than him. And then he starts ripping on Cody about Stardust, and they showed pictures of Stardust, and he's just going on and on. It was actually pretty good, the rhyming and everything. And then he ended it with, "Don't mess with the final boss." So now The Rock's going as the final boss. He's calling himself that. But the actual singing and everything was actually not that bad. It was kind of like a rhyming singing kind of thing. And then after his singing and everything and ripping on Cody and Seth and seeing what him and Roman are gonna do at WrestleMania, how Roman's gonna retain, he got done with the singing, got on the mic and said, "Well, Cody Rhodes slapped the holy crap out of me last week." And he goes, "It was a good slap." What did Cody do a couple days later on Monday Night Raw? He went in there and cried like a baby, crying about how he can't hand the belt to his dad, but he's gonna hand it to his mama. He's like, "Well, guess what, Mama Rhodes, you're not going to be getting any belt because Cody's not winning the title at WrestleMania. The only belt you're going to be getting is this belt." And he pulled out The Rock's like Brahma Bull weight belt, and he goes, "You're going to get this belt, but it's not going to be any special. It's going to be this belt, but with your son's blood all over it, because I'm going to beat the holy hell out of your son in the middle of the ring. He's going to be laying out cold in the middle of the ring, covered in blood, pouring blood, while this belt is covered in his blood. And I'm going to put it in your lap at WrestleMania." I was like, dang, that's brutal. So The Rock pretty much saying that at WrestleMania he's going to beat the holy hell out of Cody. He's whipping with the belt, make him bleed at WrestleMania. Him and Roman are going to dominate. Roman's going to retain at WrestleMania. I don't think that's how it's going to go. I think Cody's going to win. But I thought this segment with The Rock was absolutely amazing. Even though The Rock's a heel right now, I love Cody. And I'm against The Rock, but oh my God, the singing and everything was great. It was just absolutely hysterical and everything. But The Rock ended his thing with that he's the final boss, and his music re-hit, and then he left. But I'm like, it was a really good way to start off the show. After that was the first qualifying match for the six-pack tag team ladder match. It was the LWO versus Santo Escobar's like goons. I always forget their names, but it was because they've been feuding. So it's LWO versus Santo Escobar's group. Santo Escobar ended up having a match later with Dragon Lee, but this tag team match, Santo Escobar's goons ended up picking up the victory. So they're moving on into the next round of this qualifying tournament. And then after that was the other qualifying match. It was Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne versus Pretty Deadly. I don't have Pretty Deadly or Tyler Bate, but I'm used to dating Brian's Tyler Bate, but I do have Pete Dunne. So Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate ended up picking up the victory, and they're moving on. So next week they'll be facing Sancho Escobar's goons, and if whoever wins will be get a locked spot in the WrestleMania match. They're doing this huge tournament thing. So I thought it was okay, these two are going to be actually in it. Nope. They had to fight to get into the spot. So they were doing a lot of tag teams. They also this match was pretty good between Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. They put in a pretty good match, but obviously they won. Also, they announced next week the OC will be taking on can't remember who they're saying, but OC. So like the Good Brothers, AOP is going to be in it. Street Profits. Like there's a lot of tag teams getting involved. This is just the SmackDown side of it. Very surprised how many tag teams are getting involved with this. I thought they were going to do a small tournament. They are doing a huge tournament for this tag team six-man ladder match at WrestleMania, which is I really like this because they're making it look important. After that, Dragon Lee took on Santo Escobar in a match. Dragon Lee had the match and everything. Did a really cool thing. Santo Escobar ran into the ropes, did a front flip, got stuck up, facing forward, super kick, really cool move. So I did that setup. But Santo Escobar ended up hitting his finisher, 1, 2, 3. Santo Escobar wins. They start laying out Dragon Lee, and then Carlito came out to save him, but they was still outnumbered, laying him out. Then Rey Mysterio's music hits. Rey Mysterio comes out, laying him all at once to go hit the 619 on Santo Escobar, but Santo Escobar ran away like a little pansy. And then Rey Mysterio got on the mic. He's like, "Why are you running? This is what you wanted. You wanted to take me on. You wanted to fight me. You wanted to end my career. Wanted to get rid of me." He goes, "Well, how about next week? I'll give you what you want. One-on-one, you and me, Santo Escobar." And Santo Escobar did not accept or anything. So we do not know if it's official next week, if Rey Mysterio is going to be taking out Santo Escobar. I feel like it's going to be put off, and I think it's going to be at WrestleMania, Rey Mysterio versus Santo Escobar. Then the next part of the show was Randy Orton versus Grayson Waller, one-on-one. Then Austin Theory was on ringside, and Logan Paul came out. He was on commentary with Wade Barrett and Corey Graves. This match was pretty good between Randy Orton. Grayson Waller. It was obvious who was going to win. Randy Orton ended up hitting a really good RKO, 1, 2, 3. He picked up the victory. Then Austin Theory got in the ring, started beating on Randy Orton, and then Logan Paul getting in the ring. Then Kevin Owens, music hits. Kevin Owens came out to save him, hits a stunner on Austin Theory. Austin Theory jumps in the air, and Orton catches him midair and hits him with the RKO. It was like one of the craziest stunners / RKOs I've ever seen. It was so cool. I couldn't do it in the setup because it wouldn't make sense, but all these guys got RKO'd and stunnered while Logan Paul was running up the ramp. Nick Aldis came out on the ramp because earlier in the show, Logan Paul told Nick Aldis, "You got to figure out your show. You got to find me a WrestleMania opponent." Nick Aldis was like, "All right, Logan Paul, I've decided who your WrestleMania opponent is." He goes, "Oh wait, my bad. I should say WrestleMania opponents." He goes, "Logan Paul, WrestleMania, you're gonna be defending your United States Championship against Kevin Owens and the Viper, Randy Orton. It is a triple threat match for the United States Championship. Logan Paul is defending against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. It's official. This match is going to be pretty dang good." Logan Paul, really good. He's getting really good at wrestling. And then out of all these guys, I want to see Randy Orton win it because Randy Orton just deserves a title one last time before his career ends. So I'd like to see Randy Orton win it, but also I can see Logan Paul retaining at WrestleMania because they announced SummerSlam is going to be in Cleveland, Ohio, his hometown, and he was the one announced it on the Paul Sunday show. So the show's really built. SummerSlam's really built around Logan Paul. He's gonna have some special match. Also, I can see him dropping the title at WrestleMania. So maybe he goes after the world title, like maybe the World Heavyweight title or the WWE Undisputed title. Give him a title shot in his hometown. Maybe I can see him either retain. I really can see it go either way. Logan Paul retain and lose the title in his hometown, or he drops the United States title at WrestleMania and he goes after one of the big titles in his hometown at SummerSlam. Because either way, I can see it go. Obviously, either way. But overall, what happened on this SmackDown, very excited about this triple threat match at WrestleMania. Randy Orton did a great job with this match against Grayson Waller. And then the main event was Bayley versus Dakota Kai. This match I really could care less about. I wasn't paying a whole ton attention until closer to the end. Honestly, I don't even remember who won. I think Bayley won, and then Damage Control jumped her. If I'm wrong, I'm very sorry about that. I was not paying attention. I mean, I was somewhat paying attention because this match was boring, but Damage Control ended up beating the holy hell out of Bayley at the end, and they're about to do some move to her, and then Naomi's music hits. Naomi comes out trying to fight them off, but they were still outnumbered. Naomi gets laid out, and then Asuka and her tag team partner holds up Bayley while Io Sky gets on the top rope and does like a moonsault backflip on top of Bayley, absolutely laying her out. But that's what ended the show. I honestly think this should not have been the main event because this was boring. I would have had Randy Orton versus Grayson Waller be the main event and then have Nick Aldis make that announcement to end the show, or have Rock end the show. But I really did like having The Rock start the show. Maybe have Santo Escobar and Dragon Lee end the show. That was so much better. This match was boring, and honestly, I really could care less about this Bayley and Io Sky storyline. It's honestly out of the two women's titles, it's the least enjoyable storyline. Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley is way better and more of a will be a better match, in my opinion. But overall, I thought the show was pretty good. Randy Orton, Grayson Waller, The Rock's thing was absolutely amazing. Both tag matches were good, and Dragon Lee versus Santo Escobar was good, and the announcement of the United States title match at WrestleMania was good. Honestly, worst part was this women's match, but overall, the show was pretty good. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. This is Jared W. Make sure to like, subscribe, see more wrestling figure content. I'll see you guys in the next one.